So I just wanted to save you a couple of months or years of missed progress because I was just thinking to myself the other day, um, I've been missing out on a lot of progress because when I'm reading books, I'm just reading because I think I'm productive. And that's been like how I read for the last year. I've been reading self development books. I read, like, for example, Think and Grow Rich, Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which I have right here. Ah, that sucks. Anyway, so I would always just think I'm being productive because I'm reading these books, but the problem was I wasn't implementing anything I've learned. So it was just as good as me reading the entire series of Harry Potter back to back several times. I'm not getting anywhere. So yeah, like I said, I read lots. I read every single chance I could get in the car, at home, before bed, just like even at school on my lunch breaks I would go and read, and I just never took action on anything that I learned, right? Sorry, I'm looking down. I got my notes over here. So, obviously this is better than nothing because I could have just been like messing around just looking at Instagram Reels, but you definitely could have made a lot more progress than what I did, right? So, how I change this, how you can change this, is when you're reading, you want to be constantly thinking. It should just be in the back of your mind. What can I implement as a result of reading this? Like what actions do I do in my life that I can change as a result of reading this? So for example, as I already pointed out, I have the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind here. Uh, really good book. If you haven't read it, I'd highly recommend. It's kind of lots about mindset and stuff. Obviously, Millionaire Mind, right? But this is like they literally have at the end of every chapter. There's action steps that literally tells you what to do. And I would like when I was reading the book, I would just be like, "Oh yeah, I'm at work right now. I'm reading it at work, so I'll do them later." I'm about to go to sleep. I'll do the action step later. Whatever. I'll just continue on to the next chapter. And I never did any of the action steps, and I just picked it up again because it was on my bookshelf over here, and I still hadn't done the action steps. I folded over the corner because I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do them later. I'll do them later. I'll do them later," and I never did them later. So I picked up the book again, and I read like the little um, like at the end of the chapter it like summarizes the chapter so I know kind of what I'm looking at here, what I'm looking to achieve from this chapter, and then I do the action steps. Because you're never if you don't, like Alex Ramosi says, if you don't change your actions when you learn something, you're not learning, um you're just entertaining yourself, right? So what else do I have written down here? Yeah, so basically you just, for example, I've recently been reading Psycho Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. I'm about, I don't even know how far I'm through. I'm a couple chapters in anyway. But yeah, so it's pretty good. But every single chapter, I'm reading it on my Kobo, so this is a little bit easier. But every single chapter I read, if I see something that like really strikes my mind and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I understand a little bit more about like how people think, or like how I think, how self image works. Basically, the book is about self image. So if I see something that really helps me understand, I highlight it, and then I can go back to my annotations, and I can see all the quotes that I've highlighted. So I can just quickly like see a quote, and then it's like say something about like visualization, how to visualize, and I can start visualizing. I can like actually do the action steps that it tells you to do, because like especially if you're like trying to teach like I am, reading books is fine and all, but you're never gonna be able to teach anything if you don't learn anything. So if you have to make sure that when you're reading something, it's always in the back of your mind. What can I learn from this? And like how what can I change? Sorry, I'm a little bit jittery. I woke up way later than usual. I'm a bit groggy, and then I had a seriously depriving leg workout. So I'm a little bit all across the board right now. But yeah. So yeah, by no means am I a master of this or anything. I've really just started to seriously like learn and take action on the things that I've read. And it's a lot harder to get through books when you have to like actually do stuff when you're reading them, you know what I mean? Like you have to like, okay, 10 minutes of visualization every morning. Plus I got to do all this journaling for a millionaire mind. Plus I got to do this and this and this, you know? Um, but it really does help the books to make more sense in your mind, and it kind of helps you, it helps them stick. So like you can read, but like some of the books, like I was just gonna do like a video review of Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I straight up, I don't even remember like most of what's in there. I'm sure if I skimmed it, it would bring back most of my memory, but like I didn't take any action steps on that book, so I don't really know, you know? And yeah, like I could have had so much more growth, and I hope that you can take this advice seriously because, for example, and like another fucking problem that I had, was with what's it called? I have it right over there. How to Win Friends and Influence People. I didn't take action with that book. I read the whole thing, and I never took action. And when I read it, I was in Toronto. I was in like the most, I don't know if it is truly, but like one of the most densely populated cities in Canada. And I could have fucking like 10x'd my social skills when I was there reading that book. It was the perfect scenario, but I didn't do it correctly. That just pissed me off. But like, anyway, but so I got to reread most of the books that I've already read and actually fucking take action on them now that I've learned what I did wrong. So I hope that I can just save you just a little, like quite a bit of time with this, and just make sure that when you're reading, you are taking action constantly on what you're reading. Like especially for example with the How to Win Friends and Influence People, because it literally at the end of it gives you like two sentences. Just follow that two sentences. Like never condemn, complain, or criticize. That's like the first chapter. Just follow that. You know? It's not that like it's not hard at all. Just follow that for the entire week, and it's a habit. Probably. I don't know. 21 days said in Psycho-Cybernetics. Maybe I am learning. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, just take action on the things that you learned, because if you don't take action on them, you're not learning anything. So yeah, I hope that will save you a little bit of time, because it definitely pissed me off a lot to realize that I'm not actually learning and I'm just entertaining myself. So yeah, hopefully that'll help you. Have a good day.